now we're checking out the cool stuff at the Fine Molds booth here. We're going to start out with their all-new toolings of the Type 73 light truck. This was used by the Japan Self-Defense Forces. Looks a lot like a Jeep because it was a licensed-built thing based on the Willys Jeep by Mitsubishi. So this is the Type 73, so-called, because it came out in the year 1973. Fine Molds is releasing it in a machine-gunned version. You see the big 50 cal sitting up there, and the canvas top version. Pretty cool in both versions. If you pull back a little bit, you can get the sprues laid out here, and this has got the canvas top on there. They don't have the clear parts made yet, but they'll go there. Also available separately will be some photo-etched detail parts to raise the level of detail even more. You can see them applied to the kit there. So this is the very nice Type 73 light truck Jeep in 1/35 scale. And when can we expect this out? This is coming out in July. So moving around, we got some more Japanese military stuff. Now this is World War II Japanese armor. This is the Type 4 Cheeto tank, not Cheetos like, the snack food. These are Cheeto, which was part of the name given to the tank to differentiate it from the other ones, the Type 4. And it's coming in two versions. We've got the prototype version here, and this was the planned production version. We say planned production because this tank never made it to the production stage. Only two vehicles were ever made, both the prototype versions. And you can see the prototype version differences are, it's got the armor on the rear and on the side here was made of cast metal, and on here it was all welded, rolled steel there. All these little arrows you see everywhere on here, these are all like the differences between the two ones. The grills are different on the back and all that. So the prototype version and the planned production version. Now we got the sprues laid out here. And these will come with some photo etched parts, but there will also be separate, more detailed photo etch sets and metal barrels for the 75mm main gun, which will be coming out later. Now here's some interesting things. The decals for the production version. Apparently there was one made. They've got some of these post-war American Army Tech Intel type decals that were on there. After the war, they found a lot of tanks and aircraft and relics laying around, and Tech Ordnance would put these markings on them saying, there might be still some ammo inside or things like that. So it's an interesting set of decals for that. So the Cheeto Type 4 medium tank, if it had been produced, it would have been Japan's most technically advanced and powerful tank. Only two were ever made, and we've got two versions of the kit right here. So this is a very welcome armor kit coming from the fine folks at Fine Molds, who really know how to do Japanese armor very, very well. Now moving on here, the final thing we'll show you at the Fine Molds booth is this very interesting kind of esoteric kit. We've talked about this in the past, but this is the first time we've actually had test shots of the actual kit. This is the Aichi Prefectural Office Building in Aichi Prefecture. Nagoya is the seat of government there, here in Japan, for Aichi Prefecture, that is. And this is coming out in early June. It's a 1/500 scale. This is a very interesting building because it's a very early combination, a mix of Japanese style and Western style architectures. You see on the roofs here, it's got a very Japanese castle style thing. And even the first line in the explanation here is, it's not a castle. It's constructed in 1938 and is still used today to run the prefectural government's affairs. So again, a very esoteric, very interesting kit. If you are from Nagoya, I'm sure this is something you'll definitely want to have. Or if you've visited Nagoya, this would be a good souvenir. Excellent detail, and 1/500 scale. You can do all kinds of cool dioramas with Godzilla or whatnot, although I don't think he ever met this building in any of the films. So that's some of the cool stuff at Fine Molds. We've got the military kits, the prefectural building, and of course don't miss all their other cool Star Wars stuff, which unfortunately no Star Wars release announcements at this show, but they always keep coming out with them. So there we go, cool stuff from Fine Molds.